Hey guys, Generation here. So I guess it is time to talk Ultra League, guys. Time to talk Ultra League. We always do really well in Ultra League on this channel. So I figured why not talk about some team composition, seeing as how the meta is not going to change. Here we are in beautiful Burlington, Vermont. And here's my cold face. No snow yet, but we are getting some snow coming up here on Wednesday. It's been snowing on and off this year, so, you know, it's weather, is what it is. Let's get into it, guys. Ultra League. All right. Now, Ultra League. Everybody is going to be using Empoleon, right? Because it's Ionic's new video. So what are we going to do? I'm going to show you guys teams where you don't need to use Empoleon. Will I be using Empoleon in some of my teams? Absolutely. But I just wanted to show you guys some alternatives. Let's go over the meta and see how they're going to be doing. So let's bring up some of my Ultra League mons. Let's see here. Okay, where was the first one I wanted to talk about? Okay, so the first thing we're going to talk about here is the core. Everybody's core here. Gallade. There it is. Gallade is so important in this meta, guys. Gallade is very powerful. It's very versatile. Your confusion damage is going to be chunking away at your opponent. You have the Leaf Blade and you have the Close Combat as your supporting moves. Now, as charged moves, that Close Combat is going to be putting pressure on the Magnazones to shield, the Steel types to shield. It's going to be eating those poor Empoleons. So that's why a lot of people have this on their team. However, there are other Pokemon, including one team, the old Quasar team we'll be going over, that also puts a lot of pressure on Empoleons. I think they're very important. Gallade is important. Gallade is important, guys. Now, another important Pokemon, because you're going to be seeing a ton of it. Magnazone, one of my favorite Pokemon to use. Spark, Wild Charge, Mirror Shot. The thing with Magnazone, guys, is it is a shield burner. It almost doesn't matter what your opponent has in. I mean, really, it almost doesn't matter. Mirror Shot, I mean, once you build up to 2 Wild Charges with this thing, if you bait a Mirror Shot on somebody, get your extra 3 Sparks in and build up to double Wild Charge, they've only got 1 shield, so they're going down, right? They can shield the first Wild Charge, but they're going to eat the second one, and that's it. And that's when you'd pull in your safe swap, right? Like an Alolan Muck or whatever else you happen to have on your team as your safe swap. So there it is. Magnazone, guys. There's your very solid core. You're going to be seeing a lot of those Pokemon. We talked about safe swap. Let's look at it. Oops, that's Great League. That's Ultra League. Okay, Alolan Muck. Snarl, Dark Pulse, Sludge Wave. Another very solid choice as a safe swap. I enjoy finding them just because of how I run my teams and the certain movesets I put on there cover Muck very well. You guys will see that coming up. But yeah, Muck is a very solid option to have on your team, right? Obviously taking neutral damage from the Empoleons, but it is just a very solid safe switch for you to use. There you have it, folks. There is your Muck. It's going to be doing, taking neutral damage from the confusion damage as well, just because of its typing. There's your safe swap. All right, folks. Now, speaking of safe swaps, even as a lead, even as almost anything in this league, is your Tangrowth. All right, Tangrowth is so powerful, guys. When it did first start seeing use late Season 2 and then really came to bloom in Season 3, that Rock Slide Power Whip combo is just so oppressive. This is the one grass type that a Charizard does not want to see, right? That Rock Slide hits, the Charizard's done. Rock Slide hits the Dragonite, Dragonite's having a hard day, right? So there you have it. Tangrowth, if you don't have one, try to get one. We'll look at teams with and without it. The other 2 grass types you're going to see, Binu. No, Venusaur. All right. Oh, there we go. 2018 Legacy. You need Frenzy Plant, of course, Vine Whip, and Sludge Bomb. This is once again a part of the Jonkus team. Very important Pokemon. Very powerful Pokemon. Yeah, man, I'm out of Stardust. I just blew like 1 million Stardust powering up different Pokemon for Master League coming up. But anyway, yeah, since the core hasn't really changed for Ultra, I haven't really focused too much on it. I already have the Mons powered up. But your Venusaur, guys, very powerful, very good Mon. That's going to be another alternative. Of course, you have that the optional damage there to deal big, heavy hits with those Frenzy Plants. I mean, Gallade can't take hits very well, just so you know, and you can spam pretty fast and take... of course, you're going to be taking super effective damage from the Confusions, but you get to Frenzy Plants so quick. It's a very even matchup there. Let's move on to the other grass type. This is the sleeper. Guys, this is the sleeper. We got, what, 2,700 with my Sceptile team last season in Ultra League. Okay, don't sleep on that Earthquake. Why'd I tell you I don't worry about Mucks on my team? Because there's 2 starters that I weave in and out of my teams that have Earthquake. Swampert being one of them, and Sceptile being the other. Okay? Now let's talk about alternative leads. Here we go. Moving on into the Quasi domain. There it is. Oppressive Dragon Breath damage. Octazooka to lower the attack, and Outrage to outright dominate anything in the league. There you have it, folks. Very oppressive. One of the best leads in the league, I feel. I really do feel it. Your 3 Dragon Breath options as a lead, if that's what you want to run. I don't foresee many Togekiss. So if that's what you want to run, there's one of them. There's your Kingdra, probably the best. Just all-out damage and bulkiness. I'd put in second place, to be honest. This guy, damage is just insane. And you can spam the Aqua Tails to threaten shields. Right? You can spam those Aqua Tails nice and quick. And the Shadow variant just deals that much more damage with Dragon Breath, which is the reason why you run a Dragon Breath user in the front anyway, right? To get that damage out. Really against anything. Even the Steel types, you're still doing a ton of damage. And they're not going to want to be taking those Aqua Tails, whether it's a Magnezone or it is a Empoleon. If you can call a Mirror Shot from a Magnezone, you can put out the hurt. You can put out the hurt. Trust me, I've run it a billion times. Gyarados, I also use it in Open, Open Ultra. Okay, now let's look at our other Dragon Breath user, Dragonite. All right, Dragonite, Dragon Breath, Dragon Claw, and Hurricane. Once again, a very, very powerful combination, guys. You know how bulky Dragonite can be. A little lower on the attack side, but those Dragon Breaths are oppressive, Dragon Claws are spammy, and Hurricane is great. So take your pick if that's what you want to do. Now, we got 3 teams to look at here. I know I didn't go over some of your starters, Empoleon, Swampert, those guys, but we can go over those afterwards. I don't really think they're as important to this conversation right now, because we're going to look at the teams. Let's get to it. I put 3 teams together. Okay, first one, Jonkus. So there it is. That's the old Jonkus line, guys. Got him, top 10 in the world. You got your Magnezone and Gallade. And then your Venusaur slapped right in the middle of it. I've also played with Tangrowth slapped right in the middle of it. So very solid line, very good line. Basically, you're burning shields with your Magnezone. You have a Venusaur safe swap. And then, of course, Gallade to clean up the rear as your sweeper. I mean, it's a very powerful team, guys. It runs like clockwork once you learn how to play it. Very powerful. Okay, Quasi team. There you go. You have your Kingdra, you have your Tangrowth, and you have your Blastburn Charizard. Once again, you're getting shields. It's the same idea. You're going to get shields and put on enormous pressure on the front end with that Kingdra, with your Gyarados, with your Dragonite, whatever you choose to use. Once again, you got to be dodging the Togekiss. Not sure how prevalent they will be with all the Magnezone and Empoleon, but we'll see. You have Tangrowth in the middle, of course, to take care of Charizards. I know that sounds weird, to take care of Charizards, but that's what it does. These rock slides are crazy. And of course, your Blastburn Charizard to clean up in the back. Guys, Blastburn Charizard is ridiculous. If you build up to those 2 Blastburns, they have to respect it. You can throw a Dragon Claw, and they have to shield. It's just what has to happen. They have to respect Blastburn, because it'll force water types. They're, even neutral types like Empoleon, they have to shield. Otherwise, they're done. Blastburn hits so hard. Then your triple starter teams, guys. A lot of people will use Venusaur in the triple starter. What you do is you lead Charizard, of course, to threaten shields. Build up to those Blastburns, throw Dragon Claws, get shields, try to land some big damage up front. Kind of try to read your opponent and what they're going to do, depending on the lead. And then you have your Sceptile. I have a Sceptile because oftentimes you'll see a muck safe swap or something and you bring in Sceptile, and surprise, I have Earthquake. Did you remember Sceptile has Earthquake? So powerful, guys. Earthquake is absolutely destructive. Of course, Leaf Blade is just spammy, very spammy with that Bullet Seed as the fast move. And then, of course, a Hydro Cannon Swampert in the back, which is also very spammy. You'll notice that we have two very spammy charge move users in the back and a very powerful charge move user in the front. Three very different concepts, three teams you can use without Empoleon that are very capable of beating Empoleon teams. So there you have it, folks. I hope you guys enjoy giving it a try. You guys know, I'm sure everybody's watched the ADEOUSX video with the Empoleon builds, so I wanted to show the non-Empoleon builds, other teams that will work. So if you guys maybe don't have an Empoleon, or maybe that's not a Pokemon you want to use, or you don't have the Gallade and the Magnezone that you have to have, or the Gallade and the Tangrowth that you have to have with it in order to make Empoleon useful, here are some other teams that you can try out. I'm going to be out grinding Stardust, as I just obviously showed you. I am completely out. So, yeah, thanks for stopping by, guys. Let's see how we do this season. Let's see if we can get ranked 23 before we hit Master Premier. Maybe not. We'll see. I'll see you guys tonight for some Ultra League content. All right, Generation out. See you guys later.